Good morning, everybody. It's 6 a.m. It's time for yoga. We are on day 12 of our 30-day yoga challenge. Let's get started. Sorry, my head's a little cut off today. Let's start in a standing position today. Even out the feet. Begin checking in with your joints. See what everything is, anything that's initially has an issue this morning. Make sure to spend a little bit of extra time on whatever that is. My left hip is a little cranky right now, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time on my left hip this morning for sure. All right, hands overhead, reaching tall. Oh, stretch up. Woo. And forward fold. Oh, reaching all the way down. Woo. Roll it all the way back up. Hands overhead, reaching tall. Tiny little back bend. Tiny bend to the right. And tiny bend to the left. Back to neutral. And forward fold all the way down. And halfway up. Flat back, gazing forward. And release down, ragdoll. Pull it on up, one vertebrae at a time. And hands all the way up, overhead. Tiny little back bend, a little deeper. Hips out to the left. Hips out to the right. Back through center. And all the way down. Halfway up. And all the way down, ragdoll. See how your hamstrings and lower back are feeling right now. Walk the hands out. Walk the feet back. Down dog. Hips up, hips high. Shoulders and chest pressing toward the floor. Pedal it out. Oh, coming into plank. And back to down dog. Plank. Engage those core, the core muscles. Back to down dog. Pull yourself back up to down dog. To plank. Back to down dog. 2 more times. Plank. To down dog. And walk the feet up. Back to ragdoll. 1 vertebrae at a time, overhead, all the way up, hands overhead, reaching tall, tiny little back bend, hips to the left, a little deeper, hips to the right, a little deeper, back through center, all the way down, forward fold, halfway up, gazing forward, and drop the head, drop the hands, step it back, down dog, to plank, lower down, chaturanga, to cobra, release to all fours, tuck the toes under, and back to down dog, walk the feet forward, and we're in our forward fold. Bring it on up 1 vertebrae at a time. And all the way up. Ooh, 1 more time. All the way up. Tiny little back bend. The left. Hips to the right. And forward fold all the way down. Hands out. Hands out. Step it back. For down dog. Plank. Lower down. Cobra. Rolling back through all fours. Tuck the toes under. Back into down dog. Walk the feet forward. And forward fold. Halfway up. Forward fold. And all the way up. Woo. And relax, hands to hips. All right, check in with everything now that we've done a little bit of warm up. See where the body is. My left hip is still cranky. I'm gonna do some hip openers here. Do a few little hip circles. Start getting those hips in alignment now. All the rain makes the joints creaky. All right, side to side. Begin doing a nice little lunge here. Check in with those inner thighs. And drop it down to squat. Halfway squat. Pull the feet in just a little bit and go all the way down. Press the hands together. Elbows to the inside of the knee. Shimmy from side to side. And release. Pressing through the hands all the way up. Hands overhead. And release. Hip circles. A few times each direction. Take it side to side. Down into our lunges. Second time through. See how the inner thighs are feeling now. And drop it to a squat. Pull the feet in. And all the way down. Oh, much better the second time. Feels much better. Take it side to side. Pressing the palms together and the elbows to the inside of the knee. Nice stable position here. Try and get your feet flat. Your heels flat on the floor. If you can't, you can always use a blanket under your feet here for this squat as well to give yourself a little bit more leniency in the squat. Drop the hands and bring them up. Woo. Feet close together. Let's take our head rolls all the way around. In the other direction. Ooh, my legs are tingling. Got some good circulation going now in my legs. And shoulder rolls. 3 or 4 times each direction. Boy, I really cut my head off today on that video. Sorry, guys. I'll be down on the floor here in a second. Don't worry. Arms outstretched. Arms overhead, reaching tall. Take that left elbow behind the head, coaxing it down with the right hand. And flip the right hand behind, if that feels good. And release, right hand, right elbow down the back. And add that left hand in when you like. And release. Whew. One more time, hands overhead, reaching tall. Forward fold, hands to the floor. Walk the hands out, walk the feet back. Down dog. To plank, lower down to cobra, and release to all fours. Woo, find your cat-cow. A few times each direction. And release. Whew. That right arm through, thread the needle, drop the right ear to the floor. This is a great shoulder stretch and also a tiny twist. A few deep breaths here. And release. Another arm, thread the needle, left ear to the ground. Deep breaths. And release, back to cat-cow. 2 or 3 times, each direction. So good. And drop the hips to the right. And drop the hips to the left. Oh, there's that cranky left hip. And release. Paddle the feet a few seconds here. Get your balance. Keep your left arm up. Right leg back. Hold the right leg and add the left arm. Just hold today. Nice and strong. Activate the glutes. Gaze is soft and down. Engage the core. And release. Right arm, left leg extends back. Hold the left leg, add the arm. Engage the core, engage the glutes. And release. Woo. Take it back to child's pose real quick. Knees apart, toes together. Push back on the mat until your booty meets your heels. Remember, you can take a block here. Just keep them handy. Use them when you need to. Put your head on the block, whichever height feels good to you. Deep breaths into the belly. Making sure that our torso is between our hips here. Folding through the hips. Deep breaths here. And release. Come back up onto all fours. Whew. I'm going to take that left leg to the side. And your left arm up. Starfish stretch. Side plank variation. And release. This is a nice opener for the chest as well. Right leg out, left arm overhead. Open that chest up, reaching high. And release. Whew. Slide that right knee forward and cross for pigeon. And go right into our pigeon here. Slide that left leg back, find the edge. Bring your block if you like for your sleepy pigeon. And just rest your head on the block. Take 3 or 4 breaths here. Check in with it. Deep hip and piriformis, inner thigh, inner hip rotation. And release. Unwind. Roll that right leg back. Left leg comes forward into cross. Remember, the sides of your body may be completely different. Embrace that. Give yourself some grace. Roll till you find your edge. And come on down into sleepy pigeon. Ah! Yes, my left hip is so cranky. We'll get it. Relax about 4 or 5 breaths here. And release. Bring it on up. Unwind. Whew. Whew. Let's go back down into child's pose for a second and even those hips out. Take it a little wider. Get that booty down onto the hips. Release down. You can get your whole head down on the ground. That's awesome as well. And keep pressing through the hands. Push the body back. Bringing the body through the hips. Pressing through the hands. Keep the hands active. And upper back engaged. And release. Bring it on up. Woo. Woo. Let's take a seat onto our heels. Put a little weight onto the heels, ankles. Gives a good circulation flush. Shoulders back. Chest high. And come up onto the knees and take it back for our camel pose. You can have your blocks right here. I didn't set mine up in time. No, just reach for fictitious blocks. Reaching back. And release slowly. Whew. Back to rabbit. Whew. And coming on. Excellent. Press your feet behind you. Come to a nice easy seat. Whew. Let's do a little bit of shoulder mobility this morning as well. Grab your stretchy strap if you have one. I'm just going to go overhead, do pulses, a few little pulses, and twist, pulses. Find all your directions. I like to keep one hand steady and pull with the other hand. I'm going to anchor it by the side of the head and pull down. Shoulder, tricep, other side. And release, and stretch it back and forward, back and forward, working on the rotation of the shoulder. And forward, back, and forward. Bring the strap right in front of you and do a few pulses laterally here. Feels good, feels nice. Anchor the right hand and stretch it up, bow and arrow. And the other arm. And release. Come all the way down onto your back. And take a little roll around. Whew. Nice little back massage. And release the left leg out straight. Keeping the right leg in, pull the knee in, close to your chest, point the toes. Breathe deep into the belly. And both knees, release the right leg, pull the left knee into the chest. And release. Soles of the feet together. Grabbing the ankles, the shins, pull the feet up. Pressing the soles of the feet together. Intertwine your toes if you like. And give a nice rock back and forth. Pulling the feet in closer and closer. This is also fun up the wall. You put your legs up the wall. Put your soles of your feet together and slide them down the wall as far as you can. And release. Drop the feet. Take the knees to the right. Release that breath. Few breaths here. And take the knees to the left. And back through center. Soles of the feet. Drop the knees. You can use some blocks under your knees here to support. And just take a second. Kind of rock the lower back. Make sure that the lower back is in contact with the floor at all times. Here's my block. There, so you can have your block set up like this. And this can become a nice restful pose as well. Making sure that your back is tilted so that the whole back touches, no arching in the back. Keep the spine nice and supported. Let's take a few breaths here. And release, bring the knees together. And legs all the way down, arms all the way overhead. Stretch, 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 stretch. And release. Whew. Bring the knees up. Let's take them to the right again. Oof. See if we can get a little deeper stretch to the side. The second round here. And knees to the left. Stretch through that hip flexor. And release. Bring the knees, both knees up. Back and forth, tiny little massage. And left leg out, right knee in. And bring the left knee in, right knee out. And release. Soles of the feet together. And you can bring them. Use this option if you like. Or this one with the blocks. Mighty nice. Relax the lower back, no arching. And release the feet. Oh, take the legs all the way out. Ooh, stretch those feet. Flex. Bring the left knee up. I'm going to take that left knee across, for a nice twist. You can even leave your block right there for support. Left arm reaching out to the left. Gentle stretch. Nice twist here. Breathe deep into the belly. And release, unwind. Ooh. Come through center. Even out your back again. You might want to just roll it side to side. Drop that left leg all the way out. Right knee comes over. Right arm extends all the way out. You can use your block here as well. Ooh, nice twist. Breathing deep into the belly. And release. And back to center. Whew. Take it, windshield wiper. Side to side. And find your space for our final pose. You might want to take your legs long and take your arms up. And then just release all of the tension in the body. We're going to take about 10, 15 breaths here. Close your eyes, just relax. About everything and nothing all at once. Think about the weekend. We've got a big weekend coming up. Lots of moving pieces. Just take an overview snapshot with your brain. And close your eyes. And begin wiggling your fingers and toes. Slowly, slowly come on up. And take the knees to the side. Gentle. Coming on up in your own time. Bring it on back to an easy seat. Woo. One more shoulder roll each direction. And open your eyes. And thank you for joining me for day 11 of our, sorry, we're on day 12, aren't we? Yes, day 12. I lost a day. Well, thank you for joining me for day 12 of our yoga challenge. I'll see you. Remember, on the weekend, I'll just post the videos at random times. But I'll see you Monday morning at 6 a.m. Have a great weekend, guys.